Hello guys, I'm Double IB and those are my predictions for week 7 of the NFL. In the first game of this week, we had the Denver Broncos playing against the Arizona Cardinals. The Broncos played well last week by giving a hard time to the LA Rams, but in the end they lost the game. This week they're playing against the Arizona Cardinals, are not so good team, so I will give the win to the Broncos. The Cardinals are playing at home, but they're playing against the Denver Broncos, a much better team than them. So I will give the win to the Denver Broncos by a score of 21-14. In the next game, we had the Tennessee Titans playing against the LA Chargers in London. The Chargers have a much better team and they could make a push to the playoffs this year. On the other side, the Tennessee Titans are an inconsistent team. They can be really good a week, but the week after they're not playing really good. So that's why I'll give the win to the consistent team in the LA Chargers by a score of 28-14. In the next game, we have the Carolina Panthers playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have the advantage in this game because they're playing at home, but the Carolina Panthers will give them a great battle. The Panthers lost last week to the Washington Redskins, but they could have win on the final drive if Cam Newton was able to throw a touchdown pass. But he wasn't able, so they lost. On the other side, the Philadelphia Eagles played at New York against the Giants, and they win that game. So I feel like they will continue on that roll, and they will win this game against the Panthers by a score of 22-21. In the next game, we had the Minnesota Vikings playing against the New York Jets. With Kirk Cousins under center, the Vikings are getting better, and he has a connection with Adam Thielen, so this offense is really scary. On the defensive side, they're really good as usual. For the New York Jets, they're a good team, but they're not a team that could compete with the best team in this league. And the Vikings are one of the best team in this league, so I don't think they could win this game. So that's why I'll give the win to the Vikings, even if this game is played in New York, by a score of 22-14. Next game is the Buffalo Bills playing against the Indianapolis Colts. The Bills have Derek Anderson playing at quarterback, so just by saying that, their chances of winning this game are really low. On the other side, the Indianapolis Colts have a not so good team, but playing against the Buffalo Bills with no quarterback, it will be an easy win for them by a score of 21-12. This game will be really close because we have the Chicago Bears who are playing good lately, even if they lost in overtime against the Miami Dolphins. And the other side, we have the New England Patriots who finally are waking up. I think I will give this win to the New England Patriots because they're a much proven team and are much better. But this game will be really close, so because this game is played in Chicago, so the Bears will have the advantage of playing at home. But the New England Patriots are such a better team that they will win this game. But this game will be really close, and I'm not surprised if I'm wrong with this prediction. The Patriots will win this game by a score of 22-17. The next game, we had the Cleveland Browns playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those two teams are not the greatest in this league, but if you're not playing correctly to play against them, they could surprise you and give you a loss. So those two teams will be prepared to play this game, and I feel like it will be really close. We have two number one overall picks at quarterback. For the Browns, we have Baker Mayfield, and for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we have Jameis Winston. And I feel like this game will be won by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they're playing at home, and that Jameis Winston is having more and more reps under center and is getting more comfortable. So I think I'll give the win to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even if the Cleveland Browns will give them a good fight. But the Buccaneers are a better team in my book, so I'll give them the win by a score of 24-21. In the next game, we had the Houston Texans playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Texans is a team that's improving right now, and with Deshaun Watson playing better under center and J.J. Watt on defense, this team could be scary moving on in this season. On the other side, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a really poor team without Leonard Fournette. Fournette is this team offense, so Blake Bortles is not able to do anything without him. So that's why I'll give the win to the Houston Texans by a score of 20-17. Next game, we have the Detroit Lions playing against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins won last week against the Chicago Bears in overtime, and the Detroit Lions come from a bye week. The Detroit Lions will be refreshed for this game. They will have their bye week, and they will be more in shape for this game. So that's why I'll give them the win, even if the game is played in Miami. But they are a much better team in my book, so I'll think they'll have the advantage in this game, and I'll give them the win by a score of 21-14. In the next game, we have the New Orleans Saints playing against the Baltimore Ravens. The Saints are coming from a bye last week, so they will be ready to play this game against a Ravens team who hasn't played against good competition in the last two games. So I feel like this game will be a little bit harder for them. So the Saints will have the advantage in this game because their offense is playing really good, and the Ravens defense will have some problems stopping them. Drew Brees is breaking every record, so he will continue on this success, and they will win this game by a score of 24-18. In the next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys playing against the Washington Redskins. Those two teams come from a convincing win last week, so they will come in this game with a lot of confidence. The Washington Redskins is a team that's playing at home, so they have an advantage. With Alex Smith, who's playing really good, and Adrian Peterson, who still have some gas left in the tank, I feel like the Washington Redskins will have the advantage in this close game. The Dallas Cowboys will bring a good fight, but at the end, the Redskins will win this game by a score of 28-21. In the next game, we have the LA Rams playing against the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams are unstoppable, and I don't see how any team could beat them. But the San Francisco 49ers could come and surprise them. I don't feel like, because they're not able to beat a banged up team in the Green Bay Packers. So this game will be run by the LA Rams. They have a really good offense. Todd Gurley is playing amazing, such as Jared Goff. And their defense, we don't have to talk about it. They're just too good to even mention them. So that's why I'll give the win to the LA Rams by a score of 31-17. In the next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Those two teams come from a loss last week, so they'll come in this game and they'll be hungry. Those two teams lost to a really good team, so they're already ready to play this game. The Cincinnati Bengals are a really good team on offense and on defense, but the Kansas City Chiefs are really good on offense, but they're not so good on defense. So their only way to win this game is that their offense is playing so good that their defensive lack will not show up. And the Chiefs are playing at home, so I feel like the defense will have the home crowd advantage, and they will be able to stop the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Chiefs will win this game by a score of 33-31. In the last game of this week, we have the New York Giants playing against the Falcons at Atlanta. The Giants come from a long week of preparation because they played Thursday night and now they're playing Monday night, so they have a long time to think about this game. And the Falcons come from a win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like the Giants will play better than they play against the Philadelphia Eagles, but they're playing against Atlanta in Atlanta, so I feel like they'll have some troubles getting the ball in the end zone and stopping the Falcons offense, who's really good, to go in this end zone. So the Falcons will win this game by a score of 31-14. Thank you guys for watching. Those were my predictions for the week 7 of the NFL. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.